Greetings from Portugal. Today I wanted to tell you my first impressions actually from collecting wild vegetables on the coast of Portugal. I'm in a beautiful little town called Ericeira near Lisbon on the coast. Lots of interesting edible plants coming up now. Here is wild beet, very common on the coast of Western Europe. You can also find it in England, France, Italy, Croatia. It's got edible leaves. They need cooking. They're not as good raw, but you can eat them raw, of course. But after like 10 minutes of cooking, they become soft and very commonly found here. This is a nice treat at the end of winter. But you can find it in many months because the climate is quite mild and quite wet for most of the year, apart from, of course, the hot season. So it's really kind of lush and soft. And here is wild leek. Not much of it here, but it's a common wild vegetable on the coast of southwestern Europe and southern Europe in general. Tastes the same as normal leek, just smaller. And of course wild fennel, really delicious spice for herb, for mixes of wild vegetables, for cooking. Lots of rock samphire everywhere, Cryptumum maritimum, very strong taste, very delicious, marinated in vinegar, a common plant on the European coast, also here. Lots of watercress everywhere. Really wet here by the sea, such a hot country, but here lots of water plants, marsh plants, watercress. Also here is wild celery, Apium graveolens, and here is another species from the celery genus, Apium nodiflorum, fool's parsley. Be careful, it's not a poisonous plant, but it's got a lot of poisonous lookalikes, so better don't eat it if you're not really experienced, and if you don't see that the flowers and fruits to identify them. Here is a common Mediterranean plant, Rayhardia picroides, looking a bit like dandelion or hawksbit. Very common on the coast of the Mediterranean and the Atlantic here in Portugal. I also see a lot of it in Croatia, where they use it in wild vegetable mixes. And here is wild mallow, Malva sylvestris, commonly eaten in many South European countries after cooking. Here in this mild climate it grows all winter. You can find the leaves and collect them and cook them. And here a species of nettle, Urtica membranacea, an annual. A very fertile place here, lots of dogs probably coming and people urinating, and lots of nitrogen here. All the wild vegetables very big, wild beet and mallows and Hottentot figs. What a beautiful spot to forage, beautiful. And here is Hottentot fig, Carpobrotus edulis from South Africa, very invasive in the south of Europe, but has edible leaves, edible succulent leaves after cooking, after processing. So you can also use it as a wild vegetable, not as a traditional one here, but you know, you can still utilize it.